What's going on, everybody? It's Over the Ropes. I'm Tyler.
I'm Corlin. What's going on, man?
What's going on, everybody? How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. It's a really nice day here. I'd rather be on my deck drinking a beer, but maybe that's what I'll be doing after.
Hell yeah.
It is gorgeous up here.
Gorgeous. Yeah, it's pretty nice here. ACs are kicking in the house, though, I'll tell you that right
Yeah,
now.
I might turn it on for the first time today. We're getting there.
My bedroom
But,
won't been on for like a month, brother.
Yeah, I need it for sleep for sure, but I haven't used them down here.
Yeah, I mean, we have what? Listen, you got 3 guys that live here, 2 30-year-olds and a 16-year-old. None of us want to be uncomfortable. We have an AC in every bedroom and one in the living room. So, yeah, buddy.
Heck yeah.
So we got Monday Night Raw review. What'd you think of Raw?
It was fine. Better than some of the last few have. Not as good as last week, I don't think. I think last week started red hot. We didn't end up doing a SmackDown review. That's my bad. My schedule is insane on the weekends. But I don't think SmackDown was like very good, to be honest. So
Okay.
I wasn't too hurt about not doing it. Here's the thing. The part of Raw I was tired of is interesting to me again, so that was exciting. I think it was fine. Nothing like really stood out, but it didn't drag or kill me as bad as quite a few in the most recent past have.
Right? Yeah. I agree. Alright, so little news, little wrestling news. We have some contracts that are running out that WWE is not picking back up. Since people want to ignore this fact, let's say this now. They are not releases. None of these people are being released from their contract. Their contract is done. And the contracts they offered, they either didn't agree to, or they just weren't offered new ones. So, as I said, they were not released. So we have R-Truth, Carlito, and Valhalla. Thoughts?
Here's the problem. R-Truth said it in his own post that he got released. So that part's on him. But then I've also heard in the last couple hours, was it Coachman reported that, did you see this yet? That he just got lowballed and denied it.
Right. Essentially what Coach said is, ESPN's done this, Fox is, people do this. The contracts get too high, so they kind of bring them back down a little bit and try to kind of reset, because you can only, go so far. It's a business thing. And Truth has been there for a long time. Did you watch the videos I sent you from the Wrestling Observer?
Sent me one.
Or in the group chat?
Maybe.
About Brian Alvarez?
I did not.
Okay, so essentially, Brian Alvarez said, he said, this is literally just a business decision. Truth and Carlito are older wrestlers who are getting paid a crap ton of money. I mean, look at Carlito's post, right?
Yep.
Like, when he himself is joking about stealing money from the company, like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
you know what my favorite part of this is?
What's that?
What were people bitching about 2-3 weeks ago?
About how they don't,
They signed Jeff Cobb
right,
and Rusev, who are old.
Mm-hmm.
And then this happens, and they're like, no love for the old guys. I know, I can be pretty fickle sometimes, but I was like, this is ridiculous.
And also, we all agreed, including me, that we would prefer them just to not re-sign people when their contract's up rather than releasing them. So let's be fair. Let's stay consistent, people. Like, I saw a best call-out I've ever seen the other day. Somebody put out this long tweet about, like, F WWE, F Triple H, like, F this, F that, because of Truth and Carlito, right? Somebody found, from this month, the same guy who was like, why is Truth and Carlito still under contract while younger wrestlers are constantly getting cut, like, blah, 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 blah. So it's just, It's like, come on.
People are idiots. People just want to complain.
Now, I will say, because I try to look at both sides. I have been pushing back, and I still do, on the MVP narrative of Triple H, his feeling about black men wrestlers, considering how much Truth is loved. I feel like you're not helping your narrative there.
Yep.
Because, boy, I don't know if I have seen more people, like, actually disappointed. Not the fake outrage on the internet, but, like, disappointed about a wrestler being released. You know? And let's face it.
A lot of people were really bummed about this.
You know what this reminds me of? But it's not even close to the same because he was a top guy and he was a world champion and Truth isn't. This is like when Bray was cut for those few months. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was like, what? But again, not even close because Truth isn't a world champion. I love Truth. But, like, he's a comedy wrestler. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm bummed because I love Truth and Carlito. So, I am actually bummed. I would love to see both of them stay. But, not meaning any disrespect, but literally, I couldn't give two craps about Valhalla being cut. So,
I didn't realize she was still on the roster.
Right, exactly. Once they dropped the Viking gimmick, like, she hasn't been on TV. I think she might be pregnant again.
She had a kid. Oh, really?
Or she just had her second one or something, like. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I legitimately had no clue she was still with the company.
Yeah, so, you know.
Truth hurts. I think the biggest loss is we lost the two funniest guys on TV.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
because they really did bring something different to Raw and SmackDown.
our Truth is so funny.
And Carlito is so great with the Judgment Day. Like, as we saw, he clearly took his PS5 with him.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right, let's get into Raw. Go ahead, let's start the show.
Let's get to it. I think a funny way to start. Cole has to strip down to the Indiana Pacers jersey because they beat the New York Knicks, who just shit-canned Coach Tibbs.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty funny. And McAfee talking mad shit to the Oklahoma fans. I thought that was awesome. As I always say, good way to start us off. Hit a popular wrestler's music. CM Punk's music hits. This place goes banana. He says it's the summer of Punk. It's the summer of Money in the Bank. You're looking at a two-time winner. Anyone that was back-to-back. And it's about time he gets some gold around his waist by winning it a third time. He talks about the two men on top of the mountain. He's like, there's lots of champions, but there's two on top of the mountain. There's my friend Jay. And if I challenge him, nothing personal. It's just business. John Cena, on the other hand, well, that one might be personal. Punk calls Cena public enemy number one. Said he sold his soul to a bald fraud goof. Mm-hmm. He says he's always had Cena's number, and he says, I'm going to pick the bones, you little bitch.
Hell yeah.
Love it. It says he's going to qualify tonight. Sami Zayn's music hits. He joins Punk in the ring. Punk talks about how he normally hates being interrupted by that stupid goon with the stupid music. Sami says this is the clearest Punk has been and spoken about his goals since he returned to WWE. Sami talks about, he's like, it's no secret, I've got ambitions to be champion as well, man, but thanks to Seth's little group, that's not in the cards, at least through Money in the Bank. And he talks about how this is a must-win for Punk. Seth can't win. He's like, you have to win this, Punk.
Right.
He talks about how, he and Jay are going to have Punk's back. They're going to try to fend off Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Because if Seth wins, this place is over. It becomes something unrecognizable, something they won't like. And if Punk wins and he wins the title, well, they're going to face again. And they're going to be having a very different conversation when that time comes. Punk says, I'm looking forward to it. And as soon as this happened, I took bits and pieces of things we've both said. And this seems like a very real scenario. Seth wins Money in the Bank. Seth wins the championship. Punk beats Seth for the championship. Sammy wins Royal Rumble, which I know you've talked a lot about,
Right.
and we get Punk versus Sammy. And that's what this promo made me think of. Does it happen? We'll see.
I loved the Punk winning promo.
Yep.
Dude, Sammy kills it for me every time he comes on the screen. I
Yeah.
have not had such a visceral reaction of just like, can you get off my screen in such a long time.
Yeah. You know how I was talking about how I like this whole thing isn't doing it for me?
Right.
It's Sammy,
Yeah,
which is
it's
so weird to
100%
say.
Sammy.
It's Sammy, and that's weird.
Yeah. And it's not the writing, it's not the booking. You can tell Sammy's one of the people that have creative, like, liberties with their character. The Sammy that's on TV is the Sammy that he wants on TV. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
he is just so high horse, preachy, like... he's a buzzkill in every sense of the word. His music hits, and I love his music. I was so happy when they brought that music back. And now I'm just like, here we fucking go.
Yep, I hear you. It's weird to say that because I feel like a lot of people really love Sami Zayn, but
Kevin needs to come back and whoop his ass. That's when.
oh man, I miss Kevin Owens so much.
Miss him so much. So we come
I
back.
hope he's doing alright.
I'm sure. I mean, I haven't heard anything about the surgery or anything. So we come back. Raquel and Liv are together backstage. Roxanne approaches, apologizes for interrupting, asks Liv if she needs any help tonight. Liv cuts her off, says she is interrupting, and if she plans on sabotaging another one of her matches tonight, think again. Liv heads to the ring, and Raquel and Roxanne start bickering in the background. Liv runs into Io. Liv says Kyrie got lucky last weekend and says she's going to become a two-time Money in the Bank winner and cash in on Io. Io says never going to happen, or something like that. They went backwards a little bit. I was so impressed and happy last week that they had Liv call Raquel out, and then she completely went backwards this week. And that irritated me.
Completely ignored it.
Right, because it was so obviously Raquel's fault that it's like...
Yep.
It's like, what are you talking about? Like, she tried to help you. I get it. I get why she doesn't want her part of the group. So, like, I get it, but, like, at least keep it in reality. You know, she helped you. Your partner's the reason that you lost that match. So, we get a video package for Stephanie, which was awesome. Dude, tell me the last time, male or female, somebody shot up the ranking the way Stephanie has. I don't know. Brock?
Maybe.
Maybe.
She's absolutely got a rocket on her back. Maybe we'll think of one throughout this pod. Was Rusev really fast?
I don't think so. Not really. I mean, he kind of stayed in that U.S. title range. Like,
Yeah, I mean, he got there. He didn't get any higher than that, but I feel like he got to that level fast. I mean, Roman was in the faction, though.
Right. Yeah, probably Brock. And Brock, we didn't have NXT. So, like...
Yeah.
She is...
Yeah, this is unheard of.
And like, there's no pushback from the fans either.
No.
Because she's great. Like...
She's legitimate.
So we get Liv Morgan, Ivy Niles, Stephanie Vicor, Money in the Bank qualifier, and of course, as you would expect, Stephanie Vicor wins. And pretty damn good match.
Yeah.
Some great spots. Stephanie hits the, whatever it's called there, on both women. Booker's favorite move there.
Yeah, the Devil's something.
Devil's Eyes or something. Ivy hits a couple of big moves. Liv hits the double code breaker from the middle rope. That was sweet.
That was super nice.
Right. Liv hits the code breaker Oblivion on Vicor, but Ivy tosses Liv out. covers her. Liv ends up breaking it up. Liv and Ivy end up ringside. Liv gets thrown in the steps. Ivy slides back into the ring. Eats a SVB. Stephanie wins. And Roxanne did come out, right? Did she?
No.
No? Oh, okay. I was going to say.
She came out in the tag match.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go. So Stephanie is the last member in this Women's Money in the Bank. And, dude, this Women's Money in the Bank, holy shit.
3 young guns. And then you've got Rhea, Alexa. Who am I forgetting? Rhea, Alexa, Julia, Vakor, Roxanne. Who's the 6th?
Hold on.
Who's the other SmackDown one?
I just took a picture of this. Naomi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you got the 3 vets and the 3...
Right. Who's your pick?
Brand
as of
new.
right now, not official, but as of right now, who are you feeling?
I'm leaning Naomi, but Stephanie is so red hot that I feel like she's undeniable, and I don't want her to get the LA Knight syndrome where they throw it on her 2 years later.
Right.
But I've been digging the Naomi thing, and we'll see.
I'm leaning 3 different ways right now. I think Naomi should win it. I think there's a big chance Rhea wins it because it's Rhea. If I had my choice, it would be Roxanne. So I like heels having Money in the Bank. And then she's like completely copying Liv. And that would just make Liv spiral even more. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good call.
Yeah, but I think it should be Naomi. I think there's a chance it's Rhea because that's just the way they book things sometimes.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Rhea's the only person, and I love Rhea, but Rhea's the only person I'd be disappointed in if she won. I'll never be disappointed.
I hate to use that word, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. I'll never be disappointed if Alexa wins. Like I said, I think Naomi should win it. And then I would be ecstatic if one of the 3 new girls won it. Rhea's the only one that I'm like, nope.
If Julia wins, I might jump off my deck like an excitement. Just splat, chalk outline, bro.
Right.
I've peaked. That would be awesome.
Yep.
After this, Paul Heyman approaches AJ Styles backstage. AJ asks what Paul can do for him. Paul kisses his ass, wishes him a happy birthday, says he brought him a gift. AJ can buy anything he wants. It's not an actual gift you can see. It's information, because information is currency, and knowledge is power. He talks about how Dom Mysterio is making a disgrace to the Intercontinental title, and it needs a phenomenal champion like AJ. Basically what he does is he talks about what a hassle it is. You've got to run down the ramp. You've got to find a referee. You've got to hand it off. Yada, yada, yada. He's like, forget about Money in the Bank. Leave it to Seth. Focus on the Intercontinental title. AJ asks if Paul is tired of chasing meal tickets around, and he says he doesn't take too kindly to threats. He knows a threat when he sees one, and he knows Paul's threatening him. And he tells Paul to tell Seth Rollins that he knows all about his plan. And he says everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Damn straight. Great thing.
And they definitely have leaned into this AJ and Dom thing a little bit. I wonder if they get back to it after Money in the Bank. Because, well, I don't want to spoil, but yeah, I think maybe that's something we get back to. This was fine. Paul's Paul. Paul's a little slime ball.
Yeah, so the
Penguin
Paul
Man
part,
does Penguin Man things.
The Paul part was fine. AJ's interesting because, like, Triple H wanted to turn him heel. He got injured. Didn't really work. They're clearly moving Finn away from Judgment Day. I'm wondering if AJ ends up taking his place. I'm still kind of on AJ going to Judgment Day. And it being like a Dom, AJ, Roxanne, like, something, I don't know. I don't see. I see Judgment Day staying even with new members. So like, I wonder if it either becomes AJ teaming up with Finn against Judgment Day, or if it's AJ taking Finn's spot in Judgment Day.
You know what I was thinking about, and I put like way too much thought into this, and I wish I wrote it down, and I didn't, but I remember part of it. What if Liv is actually the one behind Raquel being in Judgment Day to blindside Finn, and she ends up screwing Finn, and that's how they oust him?
No.
I don't remember what made me think that, but I was like, maybe they're a thing.
No, but what I did consider was if Roxanne gets Raquel out first, and we get like a Liv Roxanne team for a little bit before Roxanne completely gets Liv out of the group.
The smallest tag team in the world.
That's right. So then we get
at an average height of 5'0".
Then we get a Rusev video package. He says Sheamus looked disappointed in him, and how dare he? He's trying to do good work and helping prevent the weak from slipping into the abyss. He says Sheamus let him vanish when Rusev needed him before. Don't mistake the man that I was for the force I am. Sheamus is weak. Sheamus is the weak one now. Sheamus has a body of granite but a neck of sand. And Rusev can make it all go away with the snap of his finger. Dude, I don't know if Rusev ever had one good promo in his first run. This dude's just popping off promos left and right nowadays.
Absolutely tearing it up.
Right.
Big fan of it.
Yeah. This feud is going to slap so hard.
Man. These guys are going to beat the crap out of each other.
When they finally get into the ring,
I can't wait to see these guys have a good, a false count anywhere, no rules, no DQ type match. It's going to be insane.
Mm-hmm.
So after this, we kind of get an adjacent backstage segment. We see Sheamus with the Alpha Academy and Natalia. Basically, Sheamus hypes him up. He tells Cesaro to keep his spirit up, and their time will come. And he talks about how Natty and Maxine have heart, and they should focus on being a tag team. Kathy Kelly approaches. She's like, Rusev just cut this, promo. And she asked why Sheamus got involved last week, because they have history. And Sheamus is like, yeah, we go way back. I think, was it Rusev was the best man at Sheamus' wedding, or vice versa? I don't know. So one of them was in the other's wedding. But he can only stand back for so long and watch his so-called friend do nothing. He says his WWE career imploded because of his own bad decisions, and his career outside of it lasted just as long as Rusev did. I was like, oh, snap, brother. Sheamus talks about how he's been a mainstay and he's been durable. Rusev's out here picking on guys half his size, and Sheamus is here to bully the bully.
Mm-hmm. I would have loved if Sheamus was he talked about my neck being made of sand. How much injuries has this dude had since he left? Because Rusev, how many injuries did he have in AEW? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, once these two get in the ring, it's gonna be. I used to love feuds like this back in the day, where it would be two random mid-carders feuding at a pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've said this to you before, but one of the first ones that comes to mind is one of my two favorite matches from WrestleMania 18 was Kurt Angle versus Kane, which was just so damn random, and Booker T versus Edge.
Very random. Yep.
Just these random mid-card feuds that it's where the hell did this match even come from, You pull out an old pay-per-view, especially from early 2000s.
2004.
Right, there's always this one match that you're like, dude, this match is fucking sweet. There was just this 1 month random build.
William Regal versus Tajiri.
Hey, that was
that's just random.
That was fire. Commissioner Regal and Tajiri, come on now.
Just random.
Yeah. Booker T and the Boogeyman.
Oh my
like that.
God!
Like, yeah.
I love the Boogeyman.
You remember when I don't know if you remember this. It was 2006. Kurt Angle had like some weird stalker obsession with Charmel, and they had like a 1 month feud out of nowhere. Yeah,
yep.
Shit like
I remember that very well.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm into it, and that's what this one reminds me of. Just 1 month, one pay-per-view, like. Go out there and bang it out. You know what I'm saying? So then we get Finn Balor and JD McDonough, Big Head McDonough, versus the War Raiders. Boy, I'll tell you right now, we need as many tag teams as possible, but there's so many tag teams I'd rather see on my screen than the War Raiders. Ivar pretends to, because New Day's out there again. Ivar pretends to throw JD at the New Day. Kofi falls out of the chair. The New Day get involved. The ref sends New Day to the back. Ivar takes the match again. He goes for a top rope moonsault. This is where Roxanne... I knew she came out at some point. Roxanne distracts him. JD grabs Ivar by the beard, smashes him in the face off the ring post. And Finn and JD get the win. Listen to Finn and you get the win. Until you get pinned. I really like JD and Finn as a team, but I also want to see Finn get more singles success.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready for it when it happens, and I'm like, man, the clock's ticking. He's been on the main roster for like 9 years. 10 years.
10 years. He has that 10 years of Finn shirt right now.
Oh, duh. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if that included NXT, though.
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, I just think because the Universal title debuted in SummerSlam 16, so I was using that as my reference. That's insane that he's been around for that long. Mm-hmm. What a shame. Yeah. Sticking with the Irish, we get a Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria segment. At first, we get a video package from Becky. She talks about how in 6 weeks, Lyra has cost her the tag titles and a shot at Money in the Bank. And yeah, I'm the one who takes opportunities away, she says. Becky calls her an echo chamber for the ignorant and morally confused who don't understand greatness. And clearly, she's forgotten everything Becky has done for her. They end up having a promo out in the ring, but in between that, Kathy Kelly congratulates Stephanie Valkyrie on qualifying for Money in the Bank. Rhea Ripley approaches, shakes her hand. That's a hell of a face-off. Can't wait to see those two in the ring. Yep. Dave Meltzer needs to find some more stars because he's going to need them for that match.
Yes, sir.
Lyra heads to the ring. She looks pissed. She gets right to business. She calls Becky a coward for doing a video package and not meeting her in the ring. So she calls her out. She calls Becky delusional, says her downfall needs to be studied. Becky's made her angry in a way she's never been before, and it's unlocked a side that will destroy Becky. She said she's beat her blind, she's beat her twice, and at Money in the Bank, she's going to beat the crap out of her so she can never poison the Women's Intercontinental title. Becky says the only thing that's poisonous is Lyra's perspective. She says Lyra's just looking for reasons to hate Becky so she can replace her. Becky's like, look, I didn't want to hurt you when this started. I only wanted to make you better. You did this. So Becky leaves the ring, or she tries to leave. Lyra calls her back. Becky's like, the man doesn't fight in Tulsa. And she takes off. Lyra sprints after her. And they fight out by the big Titantron until the refs break them up. Yeah. I'm still very torn on this match. I'm excited for it. This has done a ton for Lyra. It's really, really, really nice to hear people react for Lyra.
Yeah,
I think Becky has done a much better job at being a heel this time around.
Yeah, I think we were all pretty worried when Becky turned on Lyra that Becky was just going to eat her the fuck up. And they have done this masterfully. This is the only time anybody has ever given a shit about Lyra. to the point that she is like over now. Like she's coming out. I mean, she's always put on great matches, but now you have a character. She's putting on great promos. Her and Becky are going out and beating the shit out of each other. Becky completely understands this heel character. You know, that was the problem with Becky's last heel turn is it was just a heel turn for a heel turn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There was no character motivation behind it. Becky gets it. She's into the story, and people are reacting the way they should. This is one of the best parts of Raw right now. Every week, I look forward to what they're going to do. Which is nuts if you think like 2 months ago, saying that about...
I know, right? Brother.
Right?
It's a great point.
She was bathroom fodder 2 months ago. Like,
I hate to say.
Yeah.
And like her entrance...
Ring, but, yeah.
Her entrance, like I always feel so awkward when people come out and it's just dead silent. And I hate saying this about people, but like Michin, no one moves an inch. Oh my god, them two. I feel like they finally got a bit of a reaction on SmackDown, and that was the first time. Yeah, man, it kills me, and I feel so cringe. I feel so awkward.
So much that the minor reaction they get. Because truly, I think it's just WWE fans not knowing them. Like,
100%. People don't know to care.
I get why they didn't go to NXT, but I do think NXT would have helped them. Now, we've seen that doesn't always matter because not half of the fan base, maybe, of WWE watches NXT. So,
right.
You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, it's a shame because they're just so damn good. And they've been playing good shit, so... We get a Penta video package. He says no one is as hungry as he is, and Money in the Bank is his destiny. God, I wish Penta would win this match. He's not no shot in hell he wins this match. But
it would be awesome, though.
It would be great. And then we get Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed versus Sammy and Jay. What a damn entrance.
How? Oh, yeah. Sometimes the music together doesn't always do it for me. But I like both their songs. I think they can do it better, but
the music was the worst part. But the just look, the entrance itself,
imposing motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And how about Bronson Reed? Did that boy trim up or what? My God. He came out and I was like, man, I can't be imagining this. So I Googled a picture of him and I was like, damn, he looks great. Mm-hmm. He lost a lot of weight.
I need these two to win the tag team titles.
Oh, yeah.
It will be terrifying to try to take the belts off these two monsters. Like, monsters.
Behemoths, baby.
And I really enjoyed the match, man. Sammy tries to dive out of the ring. He gets caught. Jay hits a suicide dive, takes everyone else out. Seth sprints down to the ramp, stomps Jay before he can even stand up. Sammy's laid out on the announce table. Like, this was just an ass whipping.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Bronson climbs to the top. They put top. A Punk makes the save with the chair. He takes out Braun and Bronson. Seth runs away like the little biatch that he is. Seth says to Breaker, we know exactly where he's going to be later. We got him exactly where we want him. I said match, I mean more like segment because,
Right.
But, like, I like this whole thing because it was just Braun and Bronson being monsters. Like...
Oh, yeah.
Sammy's coming out dancing and, like, it just doesn't work for them.
You know what cracks me up about this tag team?
What's that?
Vince would have never let it happen.
No shot.
Two guys with the same first name.
Oh, yeah,
he would have changed him to...
Yeah.
I don't know what you can change Bronson Reed's name to again, but my God.
Listen, I still say... it needs to be Braun Steiner. Like, I hate the Breaker part. Let this
I hate
boy
it.
be a Steiner. Same with Pillman, but
That kid's an idiot.
oh,
Pillman.
how dare you?
That's another guy you like way more than I do.
Hell yeah, I'm a Lex offender.
Screenshot. Yeah, another week, another JD Clubhouse. Let's go. Back in the Judgment Day Clubhouse. Liv has to talk to Finn privately. So she calls Finn out for all the Roxanne shenanigans. Finn's like, yo, where's this all coming from? She's just here to help. And she's like, oh, so I'm just imagining it. And Finn's like, hey, imagination can play tricks. And he's like, I think you're just frustrated. You've lost 2 weeks in a row. He's like, but hey, Roxanne got JD and I back on track. She's going to win Money in the Bank. She's going to win the gold. She's going to bring it to the clubhouse. And Finn's like, well, I'm glad you've got everything all planned out then. And then I don't know. I should have rewinded and I didn't. But they got to talking about like trust and not trusting people. And Liv was like, Dom's not the one I don't trust. Mm-hmm. And Finn's like, look, if you want to be involved in a plan, we can make a plan. Liv's like, nah, you can babysit Roxanne. I'll be in Raquel's corner. Mm-hmm. So she takes off. Dom walks up, asks if everything's okay, and he apologizes for the chair situation last week. And Finn's like, look, man, it's okay. It's all water under the bridge. No Carlito, sad face.
Sad face.
Rest in peace, our boy.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, PlayStation.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely Finn taking back control of Judgment Day.
Yep.
And the just back and forth with him and Liv is so good. So good. I kind of hope they feud as two different heel groups. Because Liv needs to be a bad guy. Liv is a bad
I don't think she can ever be a good guy ever again.
Right.
She's so good as a heel, which is surprising to me.
And, Finn can come back to being a heel, but I don't know if JD can. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like people have memories, and there's obviously some really valid reasons to not be a fan of him.
Of JD?
Yeah. Oh, you don't remember?
No.
He was one of the few wrestlers to survive accusations while a lot of
all the UKers?
Yeah. But it was mainly, he only survived because there wasn't enough proof, really, is what it came down to. But, and I feel like people still kind of remember that a little bit. I feel like that's why people are kind of apprehensive with him a little bit. So, I don't know. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go. Judgment Day and the Lyra and Becky thing are definitely the two favorite parts of Raw right now. And Cortland is reading. You can tell he's reading.
Yeah. My bad.
It's okay.
Dang.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a part of all that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I remember, what was his name? El Ligero was in it, because I kind of like that dude. The dude with the British mask with the horns on it. I think his name was El Ligero.
Mm. Yeah.
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 And he was in it, and I was like, oh, I don't like this guy anymore.
Will Ospreay survived.
Oh, God, he was in it, too?
Well, so, no. The thing with Will Ospreay was when him and Brie Priestley were together, and essentially they were blackballing wrestlers for telling the truth on one of their friends. So one of their friends was doing shit, and then anytime a girl would come forward, they would blackball them from wrestling companies and shit. It's not much better. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I feel like JD and Will Ospreay are probably the two to kind of get out of that scot-free a little bit.
Dang.
And Sammy Guevara, because we all know his comments about Sasha's. But, yikes.
That man's a legend.
So, anyways, Kairi Sane versus Raquel Gonzalez. Yeah, you happy before this match?
I had to take a little break before this match, and I'm glad I did.
Tell me your feelings.
Same thing I said last week. Kyrie does nothing for me. She's a train wreck.
Yeah, she always has issues in the ring. I don't know what the problem is. I love her way more than you do. But there's always something, right? Always something. Never ends with Kyrie. She ends up hitting the insane elbow. She gets the win. Liv tries to distract, but Io sprints down, makes the save, and Kyrie ends up getting the win. But boy, Raquel's head into the ring post.
Oof. Yeah, so she had Io by the hair and then just gets booted. My lord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, they're doing a little something with Kyrie because she's won twice in a row. I wonder if they're going, tag titles.
Her and Io are going to take those belts off them, 100%. Which tells me Io's getting ready to lose that belt.
Yeah, maybe the women's winner cashes in on her.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Stephanie Vaquer.
Imagine if Roxanne wins, takes the belt off Io, and then Liv and Raquel lose the titles to Io and Kyrie.
Oh, trouble in paradise, brother.
Oh.
But then Finn and JD need to win the tag titles.
Right, and Dom still has the IC title. And, Roxanne keeps, getting close to Dom because it's dual champions.
Where's he been? Why isn't he wrestling?
Who?
Dom.
That's a good question.
Don't see the Intercontinental title at all anymore.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Wonder if there might... I haven't read this, but I just question if there maybe there's, a little injury thing. Because... my boy's wrestled a lot these last few years. So
yep. Oh, for sure.
Maybe he's just a little banged up. But,
well, speaking of banged up, we get Sami Zayn getting iced up out back. And who approaches but good old Karrion Kross?
The guy that needs to get in the damn ring, that's who.
Yes. So he asks if Sammy's alright, and Sammy's like, dude, what is your problem? What is your obsession with me? Kross is like, my problem is you're a liar.
Mm-hmm.
You lie to the fans, you lie to yourself.
Yeah.
You could be a champion 10 times over if you did what you knew you had to do. You're not a good guy, Sammy. You're a bad guy, just like the rest of us. Sammy's like, no, you're wrong. And Karrion says, I might be wrong, but I might be right, too. And I'm just like, yes! Give me this Kross versus Sammy. Give it to me. I want Karrion Kross to kill Sami Zayn. Let's go. I'm hyped. Let's go.
Yeah. I love Kross
Give it to me.
So much. He needs
Big
to
time.
get in the damn ring. I know he's wrestling on Main Event. He's wrestling on house shows. He's staying active, but we need to see him wrestle on damn TV.
He's got such a good moveset, too. Got some really good, unique power moves.
A good entrance.
Yep. Oh, man. Unreal entrance.
Right.
After this segment was a little odd to me. Jay's sitting in the locker room, and Gunther sits next to him. Jay's like, whoa, chill, man. Just here to talk. Gunther says the championship is personal to him, and he appreciates all the effort Jay has put into it. But you think with your heart instead of your head, and that's why I'm going to take that title back. Mm-hmm. He tells Jay that he's selfless in a selfish business for helping Sammy out, and he's like, and I know you're going to go help CM Punk later, and that's fine. But that's not the business of the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther's like, ever since I lost at WrestleMania, I knew I would avenge it. And he says, in 1 week, the party's over. And he stands up to leave, and Jay swings him around, and he's like, 3 letters, 1 word, tap. And I was like, oh, shit. See you next week. Is this the last week of Jey Uso's title reign?
It might be.
Is this it? I think this is it.
I'm not saying Gunther walks out as champion, but I think it might be.
What if Gunther wins it and then the person cashes in on Gunther? I think that's metal as fuck because it gets Gunther another reign. But yeah,
No, like I think if it's Seth, you want
Seth's gonna be champ on Jay. Yeah,
But then that
and that
turns
makes sense.
Gunther's eye to Seth, which kind of turns Gunther face a little bit.
Yeah, which he's been dabbling with. I feel like at times.
Yeah. I do think this is the last week, and I wonder if it's partially because of Cena. Like I haven't made my picks yet, but I wonder if Jay and Cody win, and then Cena comes out during Raw next week and screws Jay. Regardless if it's Gunther or Seth or both. Like, yeah, I don't know. Just something I've been kind of patting around in my head.
You imagine Seth's group and Cena's group in one big super douche.
Either way,
fucking faction.
This has to be the last week. Next week has to be the last week with Jay and Gunther. I love them both individually, but God, do they have zero chemistry. They are.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to split these two up.
Yeah, 100%. So
yeah.
So no, that was Stone Coldish.
Well, you mean LA Knight-ish?
So then we got the main event. Last Money in the Bank qualifier. God, I love qualifiers. AJ Styles, El Grande Americano, and CM Punk. And what a disappointment of a winner.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was happy about this.
I could not give two fucks about Chad Gable being in this match. Now, here's the thing. You were one of them. People like Chad Gable a lot more than me. I cannot give two flying shits about Chad Gable, if I'm being honest. And frankly, this El Grande Americano stuff has made him more enjoyable. But, God. You put him in a match with AJ Styles and CM Punk, and he's the asshat that walks out the winner.
Unreal.
Put AJ in this match. Like, we already seeing him wrestle Vikingo for the AAA World Title.
We're getting him twice in one day. Can you believe that?
Shoot myself in the face. By the time, imagine if this motherfucker wins one of these matches. I
am very, very surprised they put him in this.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally already... Yeah, I don't know. And I also hate that he was in both qualifier matches. Look, I realize it's two different gimmicks, but this dude got 2 shots at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Just leave Gable out of it if you're going to put Americano in it. So that pisses me off.
Right.
But I agree. Put Punk or put AJ in it. There's got to be a specific reason they have Americano in it. So there's got to be something with Penta.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
I would think going on in this match.
So, I mean, we got this throughout the night, but we want truth chants throughout the whole damn night.
Big time during this match.
Which is great to see. And, the match was good for a triple threat match. It was, Punk hits the GTS on Americano. Braun Breaker pulls him out of the ring. Jay and Sammy run down to make the save. AJ goes for the phenomenal forearm. Americano headbutts him in midair to get the win. Punk's beating down Breaker, and then Seth joins in. The heels just destroy everybody, and the show ends with the heels standing tall. And I feel like, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like the fact that they focused more on Seth's group shows how nobody gives a shit about Americano winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, What are we doing?
It was immediately an afterthought.
Right.
Didn't like it. Weird way to end Raw.
I like the heels standing tall. I love the visual.
Yeah, it was more just like Americano winning the main event. I'm just like, damn, really?
Right.
But yeah, Seth's group looks unreal right now, unstoppable.
So again, just nothing official. What are you feeling about the men's Money in the Bank right now?
I don't think there's a chance anyone but Seth wins. I really don't.
Not a fucking shot. So it's such a weird, like, the women's Money in the Bank is so awesome. It's
so wide open.
And then the men's kind of sucks. Like, it's Seth, who we all know is going to win. Penta, LA Knight.
The men's does really suck.
Yeah, it's Seth, Penta, LA Knight. And then it's fucking Americano, Solo, and Andrade.
The SmackDown representatives in this match aren't great.
Except for LA.
Andrade's win was super surprising. I would have bet my car that Andrade was losing that match. LA Knight, it's too late. They've missed the boat. It's too late. Solo doesn't belong. Penta's fun, but he's not going to win it. Like, this is... I agree. The women's match is way, way, way more intriguing to me.
I would have been fine with Andrade winning if it wasn't over Carmelo. That was my problem.
Yeah, I was super surprised.
Yeah.
I really was.
Yep. And I love Andrade. I want to see him in more shit. I want to see him have more of a thing. But it's like, dude, what are you doing with Carmelo? Like, maybe... And
that was an interesting segment he had with Miz.
Yeah, maybe the biggest ball drop of Triple H so far is what's going on with Melo.
Oh, man, I wish I could think of another off the top of my head. Maybe.
It might be, yeah. I will tell you something else from SmackDown since we didn't talk about it. What the hell is this, like, going backwards with Bianca into, like, super babyface Bianca?
I want to hope that it's just because they were in Knoxville.
Right.
Let's hope.
I hope so, because, boy, I hate everything.
I think that's the case. Yeah, me too. Yeah, what do you think about Miz? I keep hearing Miz is going to bounce now because of the way they treated Truth. Do you think there's anything to that?
No.
And the people saying Gunther, too, I was like, not a chance. Gunther just resigned.
Yeah, no. They both, like, took a bunch of stuff off their Twitter, but I think that was, like, a Pride Month thing. Like, I think there was a specific reason for that. Yeah, Gunther just re-signed, and Miz isn't going anywhere. But
Miz's contract is up really soon, though. So we'll see. I mean, we'll know by the end of summer.
Right, but I don't see them going anywhere, so who knows. But, man, that is Monday Night Raw. It was a decent show. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It was kind of down the middle. It was better than some weeks, but, like...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Better than what we were getting a month ago.
Right. But yeah, no, I thought it was a good. So we got NXT tonight. We got SmackDown Friday. We have Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank on Saturday. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a SmackDown / Worlds Collide video that will come out on Sunday. Probably. I don't know if I want to put them out the same day. I haven't decided if Money in the Bank should go first just because it'll be newer. But either way, it'll come out either Sunday or Monday, and then we'll have a Money in the Bank video by itself. A review of Money in the Bank. So it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. I'm actually pretty excited for Worlds Collide. And yeah, we'll have our prediction videos. So, and we are going to do a prediction video of Worlds Collide.
Okay.
We don't know shit about any of the wrestlers, but why not? Why not? You know, we'll do it. We'll guess into the guessing sphere.
We're throwing darts, baby.
Throwing darts. So we will see everybody tomorrow with our predict. Well, we'll see you tomorrow with the NXT review, and then Thursday And Friday, we'll probably put out the 2 predictions.
Prediction shows.
So, right. So, until then, we will see everyone tomorrow. Hit us a like, subscribe, follow, hit the notification bell. Everybody enjoy your wrestling. Peace.
Peace.